Hello, everyone. This is Lisa with Inspired Heart Intuitive. I'm going to let the notifications get out. Let them get out there. We're going to give folks a few minutes to get the notifications. Log into my other channel just to make sure, because YouTube sometimes likes to play little games. There we go. Good. Hello, dear. We're just going to let folks kind of come in here really quick. Well, hello, beautiful dark goddess. What a welcome. I don't know, have I seen you here before? Because if not, welcome. Glad to see you. We're going to let this get out. This is let some folks come into the room a little bit. I'm sorry if I have. I apologize, dear. I love that name. Absolutely love that name. This is a pretty important. Hello, Ms. Virgo. I don't know why I can't see people's errors. It's really weird. This is a pretty important tidbit of information. A lot of tidbits. I've got some on it. Just as we're kind of letting people file in, the energies in October and then here coming into November, very strong. As we're coming into the last quarter, or we're in the last quarter of the year now. Very, very strong energy. And, last month, or this month, I should say, was a lot of activation. And it feels like we're moving in this really fast pace. Everything's just kind of hurtling to this kind of conclusion. I was preparing for this tonight, I was thinking about the fact that if you add up 2018, it does come to 11. That's, I think, very significant because that's such a purposeful number. It's the number of purpose, the number of fulfillments of wishes and things, and to the 11th month. And I do believe your life path number. Yes. Hello, Mahmoud. Very good to see you. Life path number. It is in a general life path as well, right? Hello, Cassandra. So this is very significant. And this is very significant in our ascension paths. Hello, Jeanette. Very significant in our ascension paths and in our ascension progress. And now we're coming into the 11th month of the year that adds up to 11. And I believe that we're also going to have something fairly significant that's going to happen spiritually and energetic 11/11. And I'm going to do some more research into that. And then we'll talk about it here as we talk about some of the deeper things in the spirit. So we're going to get into this now. So for those, we'll timestamp it at about 3:40 is when we start the teaching. Timestamp later. So the Grand Fixed Cross. You can look this up on Google. I apologize that I don't have a picture of what the Grand Fixed Cross astrological chart looks like. But if you can imagine, it's basically a box. It's 4 planet entities in a box, and they crisscross and form a cross. And the reason why it's called a Grand Fixed Cross, because each of these planetary objects are in alignment. Hello, Deanna. In alignment, in direct opposition to one another, and all 4 planets are in fixed signs. Okay? They're in fixed signs. So we can have a grand fixed cross. We can have a grand cardinal cross. We can have a grand mutable cross. And then whatever the last one is. I don't know why I can't think of the last one. Anyway, we can have different types of crosses. So we're in a fixed cross. Rand is going to hold that down, baby. We're in a fixed cross. And I've got notes here. So if I look down, that's why. This comes into play tomorrow. So overnight between October 31st and into November 1st, that's when this is going to occur. Okay. The grand fixed time where this is yet another moment where we have opportunities to review how we look at things, how we the filters in which through which we assess situations and assess our lives, and a time for us to recreate how we operate. By them being in the fixed signs, this gets to look and look at deep into and recalibrate on a very deep level those things that we have continually just us. Okay, that's when I think about they're just us, right? That we've been this way for a long time. And so I'm going to go further into the significance thereof. So the moon is in Leo. Okay. The sun, as we know, is in Scorpio right now. So we have the two nodes, the moon and the sun. The sun representing a north node, the moon representing a south node in the fact of past, future. So when we have those two planetary entities involved, this then tells we need to this is illuminating past trauma from this lifetime and perhaps prior lifetimes, and then future we have the opportunity then to change how we're interacting with that, heal that so that it impacts our future. So against energy, we've just come out of the light switch being turned on, an enlightenment ascension activation energy that was for me tremendous. And if you were at all awake during this last couple of weeks of October, you felt from October 18th on, you have felt it. You have felt this need to fulfill life purposes. You have felt this need to move through lessons faster. You have felt this need to really examine those people that are in your lives. Okay. And if they're serving a purpose in your life, with Venus in retrograde in Scorpio, it's given us the opportunity to really examine on a deep level love relationships. And I say relationships in not just romantic sense, familial, and how we friends and how we love ourselves. Okay. It's a lot if you're willing to look at it. I never say that retrograde energy is bad, because it's not. Retrograde energy gives us a chance to curtain back and makes us a tad bit uncomfortable and gives us a moment to say, ooh, wait a minute, hang on, hold up, wait a minute, right? Let me at it. Hello, Miss Heather. So the moon in Leo, the sun in Scorpio, and then we have also with Venus in retrograde as it's just kind of moving out of Scorpio as well. We just started, Heather. So again, past with the moon and intuitiveness in the moon in Leo makes for a very interesting combination. And then we have the sun and Venus, the sun of retrograde, the sun in Scorpio, and then Venus retrograde in Scorpio. So deepness, secretiveness, forbiddenness. Hello, Lisa. All of these things are hanging out in there. And then we have Uranus and Taurus, and Mars just on the edge of Aquarius. Just on the edge of Aquarius, but so it can still make up this grand cross, fixed cross. Now, let's start with the moon in Leo has us, Leo is a very proud, very, uh, I don't want to say aggressive, confident, just magnificent energy. That's Leo's energy. Leo the lion, the master, the king of the jungle, right? Leo, then, as I've been researching this all day today, the moon in Leo does a few things for us. It gives a energy of regality, okay, over emotion, or intuition, over things spiritual. Okay, things spiritual, secrets that we hold that we only show in the moonlight. This is the deep intuition, right? The moon all time, and of course the sun dictates time, but there's moon calendars, and we typically actually operate more definitely astrologically on um by the moon cycles. Even the female body operates by moon cycle. Operate by moon cycle water. So because the tide and things are controlled by the moon and representing spirit, then the moon, that there's timings in moon positioning and shift that you don't necessarily always get with the sun. And the moon deals with time past, deals with it is typically represented by your moon, where your moon sign is your emotion. So you may find yourself being a little bit more, hey, I'm here. My purpose, as we've been activated, it's like we're like in our purpose more. Moon says then I'm now able to, or gives you this energy of in Leo, being able to control your time a little bit more. Thank you, dear. Oh, hello, Lollipop. I didn't see you, love. It gives us this sense of control over time. You'll look at what you're spending your time on and recognize the value. Leo knows that they're very valuable people, right? Their time is valuable. Their friendship is valuable. They walk around, they're very self-confident creatures. So with the moon in Leo at this moment, with this grand cross, you'll have this sense of, I have more control over my time. I'm going to analyze my time. Where is it being spent? Where is the most value from it? From where I'm spending the time. You're going to equate the two. Okay? You're going to, this is the moment in time to look at all of this and say, hey, my time is to be really paying attention to how I'm spending it. Okay? So we'll have more control over our time. This has Uranus in retrograde. Actually, I'm going to go down to Scorpio. So the other line of the cross, Leo, Scorpio, the sun is in Scorpio. Right now, of course, we're in Scorpio season. And we have Venus in retrograde in Scorpio. So the sun is kind of balancing out a lot of this Venus retrograde energy. Okay? Watch out for, though, with this is because of the moon being up here, we've got Venus down here in retrograde. So not trusting people, doing self-sabotaging type of things, because we might think someone's cheating, or we might think someone's not being truthful with us or lying to us in some form or fashion. Question how we're feeling, okay, in and of ourselves, about our life purpose, about how we're, again, spending our time, about connections. We might start to just question all of this stuff. Now I'm going to start putting all this together. So I've got 1, 2, yes, Uranus is retrograde in Taurus. Uranus controls basically our thought patterns, our connections, our nervous, this kind of third dimensional, how we interact with the third dimensional. It also can somewhat control communication and connection. So with Taurus being an earth sign, an earth fixed sign, the Taurus, you want to have family. Those are very important to Taurus. And the tarot card being the Hierophant, faith, all of this. So time to look at your connection, your spiritual connection between your spirit man and the vertical, right? And couple that with all of our life purpose that we've been going through right now, the life purpose activation that we've been going through. So you couple all of these together, recipe for, I need to examine my connections and make sure they're pure and higher, of a higher calling. Mercury communication connection, which is kind of lower, more simplistic energy. This is deep Uranus. This is deep spiritual. This is deep waters. Hello, Julia. I haven't seen you in so long. Deep waters, things of the spirit. Okay. So we're having this opportunity with Uranus in retrograde in Taurus will want to gain more control over things, if you will, over our connections, and not in a bad way. I'm not saying be a control freak, but if you feel like you've been rolling down this terribly and you've got no control over your life, now is the time to start looking at how you're spending your time. You're spending your time with on a regular basis. Is it valuable time spent? And gain some over it. The negative side to this could be that if you're allowing other people to control you too much, we could end up in some codependencies. Be very careful for that. Right? Be very careful and if you're looking with your spiritual eye, you'll be able to begin to see how some people are really trying to control you in an unhealthy, how you are trying to control them in an unhealthy way. So those that are in relationships, romantic, be super careful that you are not being a control freak. B, that your communications are very clear, because we also have Mars on just the edge of Aquarius. So that grand sense of justice, that grand sense of right and wrong, that I want to take all the ills away from everyone on the earth, right? So that grand sense of justice with that opposition and all this retrograde stuff happening could end up where you're kind of like, you're angry for like, why? Right? But there's something deep within you that's been trying to get out and you've been suppressing it. And so it might show up and show out in anger. It is also, though, going to propel you, if used in the right way. This energy will for higher connection. So this is what I'm saying with all of this. Lopi, let me tell you, child, literally in my other video on my other channel, you came to my mind. You came across my mind, would have been about an hour ago. It's so good to see you. Sorry for those of you that are watching the replay. You, honey. This grand fixed cross, yes, really. This grand cross gives us an opportunity. I didn't call you out, sweetness. You just came to my mind. I'm glad to see you though. Um, gives us an opportunity to take in, okay, self-worth in Leo, how we use self-confidence, all of that. Faith, our spiritual walk, our spiritual, okay, family, stability there. Those deep, dark little secret things you talk about all the time in Scorpio, those forbidden things that we don't really want to really look at. And in Aquarius, our higher communication and our sense of purpose. Thank you. Thank you. Our higher sense of purpose. Aquarius, yes, it's all about, as my lovely friend Lollipop said, truth, justice, and the American way, right? It's all about truth and justice. Lightworkers, we've been activated and we're being asked to review, turn in on ourselves, review our external circle, because our higher calling is to bring and enact, if you will, bring love, light, justice to this planet. Vibrations, raising the vibrational set point, bringing ascension from where we are to the next level. The fact that Mars is just hanging right on that edge, you've heard of righteous indignation, right? So this is giving us a motivation and a proposal towards gaining a higher connection that is void of wasteful energies, that is void of wasteful time, that is void of perceptions, and that brings into a strong focus past trauma that we are still carrying forward into our present, that if not dealt with, will adversely affect our futures. I hope everybody's following this. I hope everybody is following this. Our past traumas are being brought to the front, and I will bet you a dime to a dollar that if you look at the people that are in your circle right now, you're like, right? Like it's just a problem, right? It's just really a problem right now. You will see the pattern illuminate that you may have never seen before. Not only will you see the pattern illuminate that you've never seen before, but you will also to identify clearly what the trauma is that they represent, because they keep it upon you. Retrogrades always, and major events like this in the heavens, opportunity, as I say, to rewrite our narrative, rewrite our story, change the outcome. Because we're literally living in a choose your own adventure life. Y'all know, some of y'all might know them books, adventure, right? Where if you followed, this one and went to this page instead of this page, there's a whole different story. Choose your own adventure. Only the beauty of it is from the beginning of time, the outcome was already in. We just have to acknowledge it and decide we're going to walk in it. So this is an opportunity to say, okay, we're shining the light. The heavens is shining the light on. And how are you spending your time? And are you really, truly doing it in a valuable way? And do the people that you're spending your time with and that you're giving your energy, you're giving your wisdom to, and that you're shining your light on, do they really appreciate that or not? Time. We get pulled in so many different directions. Is it valuable time? Get control over it because you are worth it. You are worth it. Okay? Then we're still coming out of this like expose of everything. We got Jupiter that's in Scorpio. We got Venus retrograde in Scorpio. Got the sun. Whew, Lord help me. Right? That's a lot of energy. That's a lot of energy. On the positive side, right, you've got Jupiter, big ideas. And it's really been pulling off the that's why I said Jupiter's in Scorpio. And it's been pulling back the curtain on so much stuff. And all this other stuff. Now we got Venus retrograde in there, and now it's like, okay, so we've had paternity X's, we've had good returns, some not. We've had to examine ourselves and our own love walk with ourselves. How do we view ourselves? And how is our communication, our love walk with Creator? And thank goodness there's all this out saying, hey, there's hope here. The sun has come out. There's hope here. All of this is going to be okay. Right? So we've got those two things happening. And then you have Uranus that, be in, I've talked a lot about so heavenly minded, you're no earthly good. And what I mean by that in this regard here with Taurus is this Uranus in retrograde in Taurus. It's connection to higher purpose is still a connection in the third dimensional. We still have to carry out our higher purpose in the third dimension. But how is that connection really happening? Like, I don't know about you, but it seems having my thoughts. I just couldn't gather my thoughts today. It was really hard because I tend to feel energies as they're coming in early. I'm an early transmitter of energy, or early conduit. I get the preview. I was having a real difficult time, like focusing today. I had to give a presentation today, and gosh, I'm glad this is a webinar, so they can't see me going blah 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 blah. I managed to do it. I just had to let my spirit take over because I was like, I had just gone autopilot, but it was hard for me to focus. So, and I really feel like it felt like there was like a break in the connection. In constant communication with spirit all day long and still be able to function on a third dimensional level. But it was like this was just not like their vocation. So we have to really gain control over our connections. And that also has to do with our time. Who are you giving your time to? Who are you connected to that you're giving your energy to? Who are you connected to that's not serving your higher purpose? That is serving your higher purpose. It's time for those connections. I believe when we come now, this is going to be continuing on this grand carrying, even though these planets won't be exactly in the same spot, this kind of sets something in motion in November, the 11th month of the year. Becomes 11. This is a very, November is another very, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. Is another high energy, fast moving month. We do a culmination and a climax in 2018 that anyone, the least little bit of hearing, should have a fairly clear idea about your life. And things are being set in motion. For some of it's been very difficult. It's been a difficult transition. For others of us, we kind of moved through it at a very quick pace. And it's not been overwhelming. But November being, and I said this in the last time we were together and talking about deep things, the activation, we went over Jeremiah. God knowing us before we were born, and us choosing this life. We had the conversation, we chose this life. We chose to come here at this time. So you have everything within you that you need. Walk in at this speed spiritually. We are moving at the pace of spirit, and spirit speeding it up, because time and space in things are happening much faster. Now, we have to take good control over who we're spending our time with. Period. So start to set intentions on how you're structuring your day. Give it fluid to an extent, but there needs to be intentional structure. I keep putting up the other channel, and I'll continue. I've been talking on Heart of Inspiration. This week, I'm talking about my morning routine. Have a morning routine, get you one. Because in order to move at the speed of spirit, you got to wake up talking to spirit. You got to go to sleep talking to spirit. But you got to wake up talking to spirit and getting your marching orders for that day. You need to set aside time for that in spirit between you and God. And that has to happen before you communicate with anybody else. I'm even going so far as to stop using my phone from my alarm clock and putting my phone away. I may decide to even, I'm super old school. Well, I could put my phone away in my drawer and just play my music through my speaker, because I do listen to meditative music at night of some form. Waking up. Don't pick this darn thing up. And go to scrolling through Facebook, seeing who texted you, all that kind of stuff. There you go. So stop with this here thing. Even if you're not walking in the spiritual life, right? Just normal entrepreneurial side of life. But what if you're cute, Deanna? They'll tell you, motivational speakers will tell you this just sometimes the devil. So before you get all into that and everybody else's crap, it might be crap, but everybody else's stuff, do this first. So that's the very first thing you need to do when you get up. Take that time for yourself. I'm going to tell you something. The clarity of thought that you have and the clarity of direction that you have, take those few minutes in the morning for that and that alone. Be grateful, attitude of gratitude. Wake up and take your action, acknowledging that you are a co-creator and that you have co-created. And then where will you have me to go? What will you have me to say? And to whom? Very simple. Very simple. And yes, some mornings are better than others. Sometimes you get up and journal, others you want to sleep in. Yeah, I get it. We all do that. That's another thing I'm going to talk about. Get up. Them extra 10 minutes of sleep. I'm going to ask y'all something, and then we're going to get back to the conversation at hand. But this is good because it's our time. Having control over our time. Let me ask y'all something. I know this is for me. It might just be me. But when I get them extra 10, 15 minutes, I'm so groggy. Them extra 10, 15 minutes didn't do nothing but make me sleepier. Get up. Get up. Okay? Plan yourself. A morning routine is all about discipline. Discipline and structure are not the antithesis of walking in spirit. Spirit created the structure. Your body is structured. We're not just walking around like we couldn't walk. We needed a skeletal structure, right? So we're structured. Spirit can operate in structure as long as you keep it fluid. I'm not saying being rigid. I'm saying being structured. That's two very different things. Gain control over your time. Realize how valuable your time is. My wonderful friend here, Heather, he reminded me, she talks about how many months on average people have in a lifetime. I heard it from Will Smith, and she reminded me, okay, wait. We're not going to be ashamed to admit nothing. Ain't no shame. This is all about illumination, and this is about illumination. This ain't about guilt. There's no guilt here. There's no shame here. I will not have it in my room. Okay? Now, your time. So first few minutes, 15, 20 minutes in the morning. If you like to do yoga, I don't necessarily like to, but I wanted to get a little more flexible. But anywho, so I wanted to do some things. So I'm starting to do yoga and exercising in the morning. This is before I pick up the phone and see what's going on. So my time is structured like this because y'all, I work and I'm doing this. Jungle Gym. Y'all need to stop. I work a full-time job. I have 2 channels and a website. I'm teaching online classes, recording. And I'm a mother of grown folk and a grandmama of 2, and some managing to have a relationship. Thank goodness he doesn't live close. I have a lot going on. Right? So I quickly recognized, and this was about a month or 2 ago, I was like, if I don't set some intentions here, it's going to be. So first few minutes is meditation, attitude of gratitude, action of acknowledgement, and then what What do you want me to say? And to whom do you want me to say it? Okay, baby. Blessings, honey. I love you. Right? Even just something that simple. And I'm going to tell you the best manifestation time is in the morning. The best time to say spirit is clear. Your mind hasn't gotten going yet. And your spirit can say, this is what we're manifesting. This is serving our higher purpose. Now, during this tomorrow into Thursday, tomorrow, I want you to make it your business to meditate in the morning. If you journal, fabulous. Even better. Write down what comes to you. Do more listening than talking. Okay? And really watch for how your time is being wasted and who's wasting it. Your time. Structure your day. If there are people that are not serving you and people that are not really helping, then maybe you no harm, no foul. Maybe they just don't need to be in your life. Okay? In connection with what you're doing. Try to feel more connected with your job. There. If you're not really being fulfilled with your job, then really being in a connection with what is my higher purpose. If you have not yet figured out your life purpose, actually Dre from Dre the Dream and I are going to do a series on that's got to happen in November. We have to have a connection to our life purpose and be more and have more control over our life. We've talked a lot about being a control freak and not always trying to control stuff. That doesn't mean you walk around. There needs to be an intention with your life as well. I have an intention with my life. An intention. And the intention needs to at some point end up with you walking in your life purpose and you taking steps toward higher communication. Make a better communication this way during this time. Set your intention to do so. Again, be very careful about suppressed feelings being conveyed in an anger because you've been treated unfairly for so long, for the fact that you may have actually allowed it and attracted it into your life. You know, I'm going to give you the tough, right? Tough. You have to admit to yourself, oh, what we're going to talk about life purpose, finding your life purpose, discovering your life purpose. He's very good at that. I really honor that young man. He's made a lot of strides and being such a young, I'm very impressed. You're very welcome. So we're working through that, and that's going to be working through the particulars and how we're going to do this. It will culminate in a online event, video conference. That's what it will culminate in. I will tell you that. Now, careful that because you have allowed people to misuse your time and not value your time, not value you, and be careful that you're not like overthinking situations and assuming that somebody is misleading you or lying to you, all about that, right? So be very careful we're looking at it the right way. But if it is such a thing that they are misusing, such a thing that they are not really serving you. One moment, you guys, I'm going to go mute for a second. Be careful that you don't exhibit it and that doesn't come out in a very angry outburst, because that can happen because we've been repressing it too darn long. We've not opened our mouth and said, and we may not even recognize it till now, recently. So be careful about that. We want to use that Mars and Aquarius energy us to the higher call. Kimchi, I called Heather. I called her into the room. I need you to email me. Timeout break. Sorry, guys. I need you to email me, Kimchi, with an email address so that we can get together. Okay. Thank you for that for me. Now, back to what I was saying. Mars energy in Aquarius in this grand fixed cross should be moving into our higher calling in a fast-paced, kind of aggressive, if you will. Okay. Because again, Aquarius is all about higher purpose, all of that kind of stuff, right? Higher communication, all of this, more refined communication. So Mars should be saying, we gotta go. That's what this energy is saying. We gotta go. Not only do you gotta go if you ain't serving a purpose in my life. You gotta go if every time I talk to you, I come away with, oh my gosh, my head's in my hand. You gotta go if you're not valuing my time. You gotta go if you're not valuing my worth. You gotta go if you're not valuing and all those little, well, I almost said a real bad word. Almost said the F-bomb. All those messed up ideas that have been placed in your head from past trauma, all that unhealed crap, that's got to go too. All of it. Got to work on this past life. That's right, the door. Don't let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you. That's what my daddy. Let the doorknob hit you where the good Lord split you. You got to go. Be gone. Now, we have an opportunity to deal with our past life trauma and we've never had. I'm going to tell you these next 11, I would say at least the next 11 to 12 days, and rest of this year, definitely, you need to gain the abilities to deal with past trauma and move through it and heal it. Commercial for the self-partnering class. That's what it's all about. A lot of what it's about. That's why I offer the Reiki sessions. That's why I offer the now their messages is not so much readings. If I use tarot, fine, but they're messages. Okay? Messages to you from spirit. Because it's time out for all the rest. That's beautiful, Heather. It's time out for it. We got to let it go, y'all, because That past life trauma is affecting our future life. Forward. We're carrying it forward. We're on the website here. I'm gonna put this back on the website. I'm gonna put this out here. Now, this is going to be good for today and tomorrow. Heart $10 or either of the message options that you have. Use that on the website when you check out. For spiritual services, the class is next week, Tuesday. You can pre-order the downloadable digital download, or you can be there live. Okay, $15. So she has so much trauma that she could write a book. Yep, sister. And you don't want to visit. I get it. However, I'm going to say this. If you change to this happened to me to this happened for me, as that might even be, it makes going and looking at this and saying, this happened, this was I will no longer allow it to affect my future. If we can look at past trauma in childhood or past lives now objectively as an enlightened, ascending being, now we look at it through a different lens. We look at it from this view, not from I'm in it view. And that's also why it's helpful to help guide you through that. Nobody wants to necessarily look at it. I didn't necessarily want to, but my desire to never be in another toxic relationship again, my desire to finally, in my 50, live my life purpose, my desire to be the most excellent self, my most excellent self, desire to honor the infinite divine being that I am, and the divinity that resides and is me, small d, overrode my reticence, my resistance to looking at those dark moments. And in reality, I didn't relive them. I was able to look at them, look through them, and release them. Let me tell you, baby, we are done. We go through sometimes, some of us, we get done with chapters and we're good and we think we're super good. And then you're like, why am I doing this? And then we realize there's still roots there. That, baby, I don't know. I will venture to say you're probably not. And I'm not going to put your business out here. But I'm going to venture to say you're probably not. You're mostly done with it. There's roots that got to get dug up. These energies, like this grand fixed cross, this is a moment in time that you have an eye to revisit it, look at it, and change your perspective, change your narrative, heal yourself, remove blocks so you can go into your future. Go into the future. Remember, the sun is in Scorpio. There's a deep knowledge, purpose in your future. There's a reason it's in Scorpio. You know, me being a Cancer, yeah, I'm intuitive, yeah. Scorpions are so you can tell a Scorpio is secret and is in the vault. There's a depth there to Scorpio, formative nature, their ability to be the phoenix and rise from the ashes, their ability to be reborn. Oh, that's good. Good. That's good. This is giving us a chance to figure out where we need to be reborn and come out on the other side brand new, ascending. Do you want to? Do you want to be redone? Do you want to finally shed all of the crap and come out a spirit, powerful? That's the opportunity I believe that we're coming into. That's the opportunity I believe we're coming into. And that is exciting to me. And almost anything. No, I will sacrifice what I need to for that. To finally be set that which was killing me silently and gain control over my life, control over the future. Because now we can set future things in motion. Your future self will thank you if you deal with your past crap. And I know, but you're carrying it around now. So now you own it. Possession is 9/10 of the law. That's the other thing. I'm full of sayings, so you might come out of my mouth. Possession is 9/10 of the law, so it was put upon you, but now you have it because now you're an adult and you can make a choice. So, October 31st and November 1st. Heather, before I forget, can we make Heart 10 good until November, till midnight Central Time, November 1st? Before I forget. Okay, I've done a whole heck of a lot of talking here. Does anybody have questions? You might not. Questions or statements or where are we at? How are we feeling about this? And I'm not sure what all I'm going to do with this energy right now. You know, they were gone at first, and then I had to put my mouse over it. It was fun, and then all of a sudden they're back. You two playing around. You two playing games. Guys, you can still donate to the channel through PayPal or to the super chat. The self-partnering class is coming up again. It's every other week. You're never too late, sweetie. And there's a $15 every 2 weeks. You can skip some, not some. You can download it. We are doing spiritual ministry class. That's okay, baby. I just wanted you here. You got anything. I sent that out earlier, so you got here. Because I need to spend that time with you. Right? Spiritual ministry class starts November the 10th. I will have the digital downloadable content ready Monday, Tuesday. Be ready at the latest Wednesday of next week. But you can pre-order that and sign up for that. I wish I knew what to do with this energy. Yes, I've heard of it. Um, it would make sense. However, there's more than 144,000 of us around the globe. It's a representation, I do believe, 12,000 from each of the 12 tribes. Um, Representative, I don't believe it's a finite number. And I want to talk to you, Kimchi. Yes, spiritual ministry class fees for all 5 classes. You can download the content on its own without taking the discussion portion. And the 125 is for with the live discussion on Saturdays, which you'll get an MP4 48 hours after the class. And guys, that's this year. I'm telling you, next year it's going to go up. So the 12 tribes, so it's 144,000, 12,000 each from each of the 12 tribes of Judah, each of the Israelites. There's 12 tribes. Now, next year, it all adds up to 12. That is the number. 12 is the number for government. What that is that us coming into the fullness of our power, somewhat into the fullness of our power as light workers. Is about to happen. Leaders will be leaders to help teach others. So there's going to be see government structurally kind of happen in a spiritual, energetic way. Oh, that's right. We're gonna have some free downloadable content up tomorrow morning. So 2019 is going to be very significant. Very significant. I think you're going to also see 2019. Excuse me. And, a lot of these people that are, how can I put this and be nice about it? You're going to see a strong delineation. Those people that are doing this metaphysical, spiritual type ministry for fluff, that are doing it for serving a higher purpose and willing to walk in it, no matter if they only have 1,000 viewers or they have 1 million subscribers. And I that have meaningful messages. There's going to be an elevation of them as well. Meaningful messages. Some people are going to come out of nowhere. And then we're also going to have a very clear understanding. Anytime you have a governmental structure, you have the face of and then you have the real power behind it. So I think a lot of the people that you're seeing that may be really elevated right now, they the face of it, but there's going to be real power underneath. Also, there's government, there's structure needed on all levels. So, even if you're not like some huge YouTuber, right, or whatever, you will still have your structure you're responsible for, your what have you, that you're responsible for right there. So that's why I say there has to be more than 144,000, because it's going to take way more than that to. Oh, 144,000 would be all it would take to really raise the vibration of the earth. But I do believe that, 144,000 leaders maybe, but I think it's just representative. You're going to see there's going to be some serious changes in 2019. And that's why this, I feel, is so critical right now. That's why I also feel, if you notice, there's a lot that we're doing together, right? And I keep saying and asking you guys, like, help me get this out. That's why I push for subscribers on the other channel. Help me get this going. Get yourself prepared. That's why we're looking right now, in March, for our first retreat. It's going to happen here in Wisconsin because it'll be easier for me to do it. And then we'll do some others in the country. It's a necessity now. It is a necessity now for me to get out with a model and minister to people, attune people to get them to be Reiki practitioners, so that you can teach, right? To anoint and pass mantles on, so that you can anoint and pass mantles on, so that you can. It's very important for this to happen. It's very important for more people to get healed. I mean, I can only a day, but all of you, and then many, many more of you, many, many more people. So it's a push, guys. It's a push. And I know you guys are like, oh my gosh, how does she do all this stuff? I tell you what, I got to be super structured. And there are some people that are moving out of my life that are just kind of moving out on their own, but I can't do it. Can't. You have to be serving a purpose in order for you to be in my inner circle. And you guys each need to be in the same way. So this I know we've gone off subject here a little bit, but it really is a chance to reset yourself and say, these are the 4 areas of my life, right? How I have my self-confidence, how I present myself to people, how so my self-confidence, right? My persona, the Leo, Taurus, faith, spirit, home, stability, faith, spirit, really. Scorpio, right? The deep. How do I view myself? What am I going to stand for? Almost as the Aquarius. But that Scorpio energy is so intuitive. It's sparky. It's caring. It's harsh. It's all these things wrapped. It's love. It's lust. It's deep. It's deep. Oh, wonderful. Thank you very much. Yes, much. So guys, use heart 10 again. Booking and paying for a Reiki session and or message. Include your email address in the order, guys, because I'm doing everything now live. Everything is going to be. So, like Kimchi, when we talk for half an hour, There you go. That can all be combined in the same relationship. Yes. Um, Kimchi, when we talk, it's going to be video or something along those lines. I'm not doing any more recorded stuff. The only recorded stuff do the monthly readings and whatnot. I'm not doing any more recorded. And we're getting away from there never was a dependence on the tarot, but we're getting away from it. Yes, they're all live readings. Have a live message, please. Live message. They're no longer readings. They're what they always were, and it's about time that I continue that I'm open and honest about my purpose and who I am and what I am. The tarot is fun. I enjoy it. But it's fun, right? I take it serious, but these are messages. This is deep. This is deep stuff. And it's not that I won't do surface. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't. But when we're deep, it's deep things. It's deep mysteries. That's who I am, and that's who I. If you guys haven't already, please do subscribe to Heart of Inspiration. Please share that Heart of Inspiration channel with your friends. Exactly. It's a tool, Lisa. You're right. Please share that channel with your friends. I mean, those that are deeper on the deeper level, I'll be attracting intuitive people that want, because I'll still be doing somewhat of the cards and things like that. But I got to get that channel built. My intention is within the next 2 weeks to have that at least 100 subscribers. I want that channel. My also intention is for that channel to be at 1,000 within 4 months, just like this one. But I'm going to need your help. Excuse me. Sorry. Questions. More questions. See how scattered I am? Brrr. It's like ADD or something. Do we have any? It is a fun tool. I do enjoy it. It's not like I'm going to ditch them, but I don't want people to be dependent upon them either. Okay, I'm not seeing any more questions. I got to get November readings up, so I'm going to do that probably tomorrow a little bit more. I have this frog in my throat, so somebody I feel like needs to say something, and you might not want to. You don't feel like you can. I know. I can't either right now. I'm holding it together by a thin line, by a thread. I lift my voice to worship you, oh my soul, rejoice and take joy, my King, in what you. May it be a sweet, sweet sound in your ear. Okay. We exalt thee, exalt thee, we exalt thee, oh Lord. We exalt thee, to exalt thee, exalt thee, oh Lord. Reach out to me, huh, Miss? I know. I've been waiting on you. I've been waiting on you. No problem. I'll be waiting for it. For the Lord on high, above all the earth, thou art exalted far above, O God. For thou, O Lord, art high, above all the earth. Thou art exalted far above, O God. Raina, if you don't open up that can of worms, you're not going to get the rest of your healing. Yes, you can heal without having to address the person, Lisa. If they did something to you, you don't, they don't think, yep, they think, yes, you don't. Forgiveness is always about you. It's never about them. I forgave people through it without ever speaking to the people that harmed me. So you absolutely can. So Raina, without even having to talk to your mama. Now it's nice if you can, but you for it in. Yeah, you absolutely can heal, honey. Venture to say it's almost deeper when you don't have to deal with the person because you're truly dealing with how you are feeling and what energy and what injury has been done to you, and not having the least bit concerned about what with them. Mm-hmm. That's a good question, Lisa. Okay, I think that was two of the messages. Thank you. Yeah, I think it's cleaner because then, when I see the person, then it's like I've already forgiven it in some type of way. But oh, that's what you said earlier. I thought you said your moon was in Scorpio. I was like, what? Oh, you said your Venus is in Scorpio. Yeah, I'd rather do it that way. Okay, Heather. Heather's working so hard. All right, guys. Last night, there's nothing else because I'm feeling a release. Like I can finally don't want to go to bed. Honey, I like my mama from a distance too. I'm glad she's living in Dallas. $20, girl. I ain't lived that close to my mama in 11 years. Yes, like my mom and I get along now, but we had a lot of stuff to deal with. Oh, not right in your past life, sweetie. You got to come back as a Leo. Okay, guys. Uh, bye, Deanna. I didn't see you was leaving, baby. Okay, I need to lock and load. So, our Heart of Inspiration. We're gonna have part 2 of my morning routine. We're gonna talk about a little bit more routine. And then we'll have coffee. And tomorrow, instead of having a guest, I'll do the fire tomorrow. I don't know when I'll put up on Heart of Inspiration in the afternoon, but we'll find out something. Oh, we have to talk about balance. And yeah. Okay. Thanks, guys. I know I'm a little scattered right now. I know a lot. That means I'm done. Enjoy Halloween tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow. But I hope this helps you. Watch the replay. If you have any questions, email me. Yay, downloadable content. We like free 99. If you have any questions, email me. Is there there's a contact us on heartofinspiration.net. Go to the website and hit contact us and just email me. Ms. Virgo, you have my email. You can just email me. I know I'm just all over the place now. I'm gone. Just gone. Go. Okay. Peace, love, blessings, and joy be unto you today, tomorrow, and for all eternity. I love you guys. To the moon and back. Namaste. Bye-bye.